show yet. I haven't seen all the pictures in the text.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go day 1 and go day 0 anyway.
Okay.
It's an interesting turn of events still. You don't really get to see it from this angle, so. What is up, all you action figure and toy enthusiasts? It's alternate heads, and yes, it's kind of a different style of show. Mainly because Jason's gonna have a hell of a time editing this. But
Well, so we set it this way because it's more of a laid-back style episode.
yeah,
because
this
we're
is
not.
Sunday night post Toy Fair
La-
2020.
There was no way we were going to be able to do new acquisitions, toy news, and Toy Fair. Like, Toy Fair will be its episode all on its own.
We are strictly just sticking to just stuff that we saw this weekend at Toy Fair. And honestly, wow, this was an awesome Toy Fair.
Man,
Yes, it was.
We were busy yesterday filming Nerds with Coffee, doing interviews, and then trying to watch Toy Fair at the same time. I'm behind the desk while you're doing an interview going,
Okay, first off, yeah, and what was distracting us? Hasbro did an excellent presentation.
we're going to get into Hasbro's.
But I'm just saying,
man,
their presentation,
it was fantastic.
that stage presence and everything, live streaming their own thing instead of relying on somebody with a phone, and y'all just like, what?
Jason, do you have that music on?
Demonetizing in. But
Jason was playing a little Monster Hunter over. Anyway,
Okay.
so we're going to try to break it down as much as we can here because it's going to be so much to do.
I think we should start with just the chain of events that happened Friday before Toy Fair.
So lead up to it. What are we?
We
what are getting into?
didn't. Toy Fair is on Friday, and we didn't get to go to Toy Fair. We will one day,
Next
but this is one of those types of days where we woke up and I did what I always do, which was first thing was check Instagram, check Twitter, check all my daily toy outlet news. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and I want to say around 6:30 is when I got onto Instagram, and I was just like, huh. Okay, Hasbro has already put up, what is it, Snake Eyes for pre-order?
Oh my God.
So
I have wanted my 6-inch GI Joes for quite some time.
we were talking about
I
this for a
haven't-
while, where how much we want GI Joes. I've explained that I've had 3/4 inch GI Joes before, but I sold them all because they were old. They were getting to that point, and I'm a 6-inch collector now. And now I secretly wish that we would get 6-inch GI Joes. So 6:30 a.m. we had already gotten some leaked pictures before then, but before they even officially announced it, they were like, okay, Snake Eyes Collector's Edition up for pre-order, go. And I was like, oh, ordered. Immediately text Jason, say, hey man, Snake Eyes is available for order.
I found money for that one.
Did you guys spend your allowance on Friday, or did
Well, the good thing
you
about-
have money left over for Saturday?
The good thing about Hasbro Pulse, they don't charge you immediately.
Yes, pre-orders are one of those things where once you pre-order it, they give you like a notification first, and then they'll send it out to you. You get charged before it ships.
I guess what I meant was, were you exceeding your budget?
I mean, it's
No,
not
for me,
budgeted
no.
yet because I don't have them yet.
I've been doing really well when it comes to my own personal budgeting. I've been scaling back on certain things. Doesn't ever feel like it because we always have new acquisitions on the table every time we come and do the show.
Right.
But I have been scaling back. I don't have the ability to toy hunt like I used to anymore. I barely go out and toy hunt at all.
Right.
In fact, we still haven't found the Stepford Cuckoos.
I actually looked a little bit today for them. But anyway,
But it was one of those things where that's how Friday started. And then, of course, we got more and more leaked pictures. And the first thing you text me about is some wrestling figures. And
so Wednesday, this was early. Wednesday night, All Elite Wrestling, who just started up this year, they have an action figure deal, and the people from Jazzwares will be handling. So those very nice Fortnite figures are.
yeah, Jazzware's
We're
been
going to see,
doing great.
and the first that was Wednesday night, and the way they did it on the show was they were presenting the wrestlers their figures immediately, like here's what your figure's going to look like. I love the differing reactions. Like Chris Jericho, who is a legend in the business, gets his, and he starts going over it with a fine-tooth comb. He's like, okay, the tattoos look good. He's got that thing right up next to his face. It was the best reaction. Kenny Omega's going to be in the first round. He got his, and he was like, he was more like a kid getting an action figure of themselves.
Right.
It'd be like us getting an action
For
figure
sure.
of ourselves.
Cody Rhodes and his wife Brandy, they got presented their figures. She was super excited about hers. He's like, I've had figures of me before. Oh wait, this is the best figure of me ever. And they're good construction. The difference between these and WWE action figures, posability. Wrestling figures should be able to pose. Oh, also we're getting the Young Bucks in there. I plan on getting these. During the show, they also showed Series 2, which will be comprised of Dustin Rhodes, MJF, Ray Phoenix, and I'd have to go through and find the rest of them. But they look good sculpt-wise, and I should just find them because we're talking about toys. But the beauty of it, like I said, them showing the wrestlers their figures and their reactions were just so pure and awesome. Except for Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was like, this is good. This is good. But he's like that father that's supervising your work. And it's like, okay, all right, yeah. All right, you done good. You done good here.
Then we kind of get closer into Friday and things start leaking just heavily. One of the first things that ultimately got leaked, and a lot of Hasbro really kind of got leaked. So, like Hasbro, the first thing that we noticed promotional picture-wise, even though they hadn't actually announced it yet, was a Red Hulk for a Target exclusive. And that came up, and we were just like, okay.
And then we saw Outback Hulk.
And then we saw Outback Hulk. And
Have
that
you seen
one...
Outback
I have
Hulk?
not seen Outback.
So-
No, let me share this with you here.
Outback Hulk is a promotional deal. It's going based off of the new Avengers video game that's coming out in September.
Okay.
You can get it from GameStop if you pre-order the game on PS4. So if you pre-order the PS4 version of the game at GameStop for $90, you can get the game and you get Outback Hulk, which we can only assume is an alternate look for Hulk in the game, since you have
This
different...
is essentially the in-game Hulk
It is exactly the endgame Hulk.
with a different head and paint
And
these
like bands
weird
on
wrappings
his...
on his arms.
And I want it.
So this has nothing to do with the steakhouse.
No.
Okay. Just
But
to clarify.
But he will have an alternate head, roll credits, and some hands. I am not excited at all.
so I am.
No.
I am, because I like Hulk, and it's a very interesting take on Hulk. But I was already going to pre-order the Avengers game, even though I was kind of on the fence about it. But I didn't know if I was going to get Avengers or if I was going to get PS4 or Xbox. But I've gone ahead and decided I'll just go ahead and get PS4 because I can just get this Hulk.
I don't know about this game yet, but anyway.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to end up getting it, so
I mean,
you can play with mine.
I don't get it. Why did he quit?
So-
did the tattoo artist go home? Why did they not
I think that's
finish
just
up the
body paint.
tattoos?
That's
I
just
think it's
body-
body
original
paint.
body paint.
It's just the
okay.
concept of the game where you have the ability to change outfits throughout it. So it's one of those customization style types where you can like, oh, well, I could play as Captain America in his stealth suit, or Captain America in his really crappy suit that they've shown so far.
Hulk doesn't care about fashion.
So
We're
Hulk was-
changing clothes.
I want to say that's just a variant for him, but
I will
Give me
fin-
Green Hulk.
I will finish off that AEW announcement. It was the Wave 2 they showed at the show are John Moxley, Dustin Rhodes, Hangman Page, Pentagon Jr., and Ray Phoenix, and of course, they don't like my ad blocker, and MJF. And you will get a ring with that and a new Kenny Omega figure, and they do have some role play belts coming as well. So I like that they're being a competitor to WWE. So yeah.
Okay.
And they had some more wrestlers at the show. They got to react to their figures as well. And so Goldust, you may have known in the WWE, he finally got a figure with his arms bare because he has tattoos all of his arms. So
Well, he must be thrilled.
I am very happy that they're a competitor to WWE now. As far as this, they have made better figures than WWE. This may make them step their game up.
WWE's figures are
Not good wrestling figures.
complicated. I don't watch wrestling. I don't. It's not that I don't want to. I really did. I just never had access to being able to watch it. But from the figures that I've seen, like the basic figures to all of a sudden needing to pay $30 to pay for these new deluxe ones they have found at Target, just don't seem worth it. So I mean, I'm not a wrestling guy, so it doesn't really matter.
So back to things that we saw before Toy Fair.
You want to go with Venomized?
Venomized. So this is going to be the new Spider-Man cartoons. This is what they're doing this season.
From what I can tell, yeah, the new Spider-Man cartoon, which I still think that nothing has topped Spectacular Spider-Man since it came out. But this new Spider-Man cartoon, they're doing something that's kind of tying in. So one of the things that we got to look at is 3 Venomized figures, which we knew was coming out we saw a leak list, but we were unsure about it. So one of the first things they showed was a Venomized Captain America, which I honestly think looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not one for wanting to go out, and it wasn't something I was dying for.
There you go, Bryce. I got the pictures right here. So.
It's not something I was super dying for. I wasn't looking for. I wasn't looking personally for Venom figures. That just wasn't something that I wanted. But I looked at this one and it looked really cool. But we did find out that that one's officially going to be a Walmart exclusive.
I don't like that.
I don't like it. Everything going to Walmart. Our Walmarts suck. The next one they showed us was a Maximum Carnage Miles Morales figure.
That looks good. So the Teenage Buck.
It doesn't look that bad. But the one that really strikes me is going to be this Gwen, Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. What are they calling her now?
Ghost Spider.
Ghost Spider. She looks really neat. I don't know how the giant tongue is going to work out for posability, but it's going to look nice.
You could probably heat it up and pose it a different way or something like that. It's an interesting take on these figures. I'll give them that.
It is creative.
Then, of course, yeah, there's the Red Hulk that we got to take a look at. There are a few other things that ultimately ended up leaking. Do you want to go G.I. Joe, since we already talked about Snake Eyes?
The Snake Eyes, I'm just going to go to Hasbro Pulse, where we've ordered all of this stuff.
Yeah, so we ultimately got our first peeks at Scarlet and Roadblock.
Okay, here you go, Bryce.
Yeah.
So this is the Snake Eyes figure that they're doing as a convention exclusive.
Outstanding.
It is going to be in Wave 1,
It's
though.
a Hasbro. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
The convention Hasbro Pulse exclusive is Snake Eyes in his regular just carded package. So he's in the box, but it comes with a bunch of additional weapons, a wall scroll, a weapons rack, and a bunch of weapons to go on that weapons rack. That bad boy runs about $40.
That weapons rack is worth $20. That's great.
I agree.
So did I. Plus, you get this one. I want to say what? It's supposed to come out in March?
I think they changed the date on that. So 7/01/2020 now is the release date on that. I love their photography they did on this, by the way.
Yeah.
That shot right there with the rain is perfect.
I was so looking forward to the fact that we were going to get a Snake Eyes in March.
Well, mine's pre-order, so if they change their minds.
Yeah, so
but
it's mine
these
too.
look
but
fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
I agree. And then we got our first look at Scarlet and Duke.
I'm working on it.
Which, what were you expecting?
I honestly didn't know what to expect because the thing about G.I. Joe is there's been so many incarnations and so many different looks over the years. I wondered what they were going to go with, and they went with something original.
Yeah.
This is kind of a mismatch of several roadblocks that we've seen. With the green vest, we've seen that figure before. He's kind of got, instead of a big 50 cal, he's got a more futuristic rifle, but this looks good. I kind of was expecting more accessories to go along with them. But honestly, look at that face sculpt and that weapon. The sculpting, this is a good fig. This is going to be a good line.
So I'm very excited for 6-inch Joes, but this wasn't what I was expecting. So going into it, I honestly didn't know what I was expecting. I never watched the cartoon. I did watch the movies, but like I said, I just collected random G.I. Joe figures from when I was younger because that was just something that was kind of provided to me.
Of course, here's the Scarlet.
And I think they look good. They've got a lot of good detail on them. Like that Scarlet has freckles if you get close enough to the face.
That's an awesome ginger.
Yeah, so like it does look good, and I'm very excited to own these. And then of course we got a tease of Duke later on in the day as well, and then of course they did show Duke the next day. And Duke looks good.
The head sculpt on Duke is really good.
Duke looks more realistic, but like I said, there's a plainness going on there. It's just a brown shirt, regular guy.
But they've added some detail to it, like
he's got a scar over the eye and little things here and there.
Shot of that, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good stuff that comes from this G.I. Joe line, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. I think the G.I. Joes have a release date of June.
Let's see. I do. 6/01/2020. That date is before we get our exclusives.
Snake Eyes exclusive. So
Hey.
depending on how that goes, I may end up just getting the regular Snake Eyes just so I can end up having a regular Snake Eyes.
I gotta say, the posability on those and the accessories look great.
I know, right? He's nailing.
They don't
That
look-
is the one thing that the posability on these, because you got to nail all those like back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't look cheap.
No, they don't.
They look good.
Look at the pins on these, by the way. Look at that elbow joint right there. It's very recessed. Like we were talking about. Well, that's something we'll get into later on.
Yeah,
Marvel
that
Legends.
is something we're going to talk about.
But the pins do not look overly obtrusive as they sometimes do on Marvel Legends.
Yeah, sometimes they're really stand out. Sometimes
Action
they
figure
can on.
technology is going to get so much better.
I'm excited. So GI Joe's very excited.
Awesome.
We did officially get official stuff going on for it. They talked about it in their official like Hasbro live stream. So we did get to it. The other things that ultimately ended up leaking was the Build-A-Figure for the Age of Apocalypse wave.
Oh, and that is going to be
Sugar Man.
Sugar Man.
Saw that.
Getting to that.
That is crazy.
So we already knew what that whole wave was going to be. We knew that it was going to be, let me see if I can get it here, X-Man, Wild Child, of course, Weapon X, which was just Wolverine without one hand, Sunfire, Morph, which wasn't expecting, Jean Grey, and Dark Beast. And then Sugar Man is the Build-A-Figure, so they did eventually go through it. They, I laughed because it's such a big Build-A-Figure, which is what I love. I love big Build-A-Figures, where they just kind of looked at us and went, so we had no idea how we were going to shove this in the package. To the point where if you look at the package shot for Jean Grey, she looks like she's the accessory.
Yes.
Like she's just shoved in a corner, and it's okay because now we're getting Sugar Man, but then we were kind of like, oh, so they really are going to go into more detail with this wave. So I am excited about seeing Sugar Man. It's a character I never thought we would ever get. But, it's on its way, and I'm okay with that.
Do you want to keep going into Marvel Legends since I've got these?
We might as well, because there was a lot that leaked that ultimately, and we'll save the ones that didn't leak for last.
So, another legendary rider. This Frank Castle
is
great.
They announced that one in the official stream.
He's got the stitches, the staples over his eye.
That's awesome.
3 different head sculpts. 2 head sculpts with an accessory that also comes on his helmet. It's a helmet, but he's going to come with just a matte black motorcycle. Honestly, it looks good.
Yes, it does.
So we got Black Tom Cassidy coming. I think that looks pretty good.
They announced Black Tom for the Deadpool wave, the blue Deadpool wave that we already knew was coming. That had
blue Deadpool. I was surprised at this figure from the '90s, Maverick. This is when I was really into the Jim Lee line for the XMEN comics.
Also in that wave.
Happy to get him. Strong Guy, the Build-A-Figure, looks good.
I'm excited for Strong Guy.
Sunspot's in that wave. We've seen him.
And Warpath.
Warpath, sorry. Even though he's wearing Thunderbird's uniform. Anyway.
And then, they haven't announced the final figure in that Deadpool wave.
So we're still waiting.
We're still waiting on one more. They did announce that they were going to do more deluxe figures. Turns out Red Hulk is going to be one of those deluxe figures. One of the deluxe figures, I think, was Giant Man, Archangel, stuff like that. So they decided to announce 2 more deluxe figures. First one sticking with Age of Apocalypse. They went ahead and showed us Apocalypse.
I mean, it is his age.
It
might as well.
It looks great. It comes with a skull.
Okay, if that skull has a ball joint peg, like to put like the ball joint hole to replace any figure, please let that happen.
It'd be great. I don't know how big that Apocalypse release is going to be.
I need that to have a recessed ball joint that I can replace anyone's head with.
If he's the same size as the Build-A-Figure we've already got, then cool. The other one that they announced for the deluxe wave is going to be the War Machine.
This is good.
Classic War Machine.
With different head sculpts for Rhodey and his flight stand.
That's smart.
That's
great.
Look at these effects that Marvel Legends is coming with.
It's
They've
fantastic.
clearly seen the market for these and want to.
Well, they mentioned toy photography a lot during that panel. The only thing I'm disappointed about this War Machine is the fact that it's reusing that vintage Iron Man mold. That mold wasn't the best, but it did update it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the ball peg, like the little ball hips anymore. They got rid of those and put like decent Marvel Legends stands on them. So I'm okay with it, and I'll probably still get it. Going into Hasbro Pulse, they talked about the army building Hydra.
I like this because everybody does it anyway. So we're gonna get these figures for $15 a pop.
$15. You can go on there and you can just buy the Hydra stuff, because that's something that I missed whenever that pack came out into Toys R Us. Not only was Toys R Us closing, but there was a guy in front of me that went and got the Hydra packs and bought all of them before I could get to it, and the store literally just opened.
And they did a different packaging on this. It's just very simple.
You can't see inside it. It's just going to have all artwork.
Yeah. So looks good.
Yeah.
For all this stuff's up for pre-order right now too.
Another ones that they did that kind of jumped the gun. This one was a leaked one. was the Gamerverse wave for that Avengers video game wave.
Oh boy.
So we already knew about Iron Man. We already knew about probably Cap.
Hockey goalie Cap here.
So
I hate this figure.
we got this entire list except for the Build-A-Figure ahead of time. But then they went ahead and put it up. And here's the thing.
I hate this
I
figure.
do not hate it.
Okay, first off, the shield is a different design. The shield looks like, look, this looks like bootleg Captain America.
Look,
I'm sorry,
look.
it does.
Here's the thing. I am not excited about that look in the video game, but it's just a different take on a plastic form. You
The
can consider
stripes are off.
it doesn't matter to me. Like, this is gonna look good in plastic form. I'm going to get it. I'm very excited to own another Captain America, being a big Captain America fan. It's just I'm honestly excited for this look because I could just throw him into a different part of my Marvel Legends stands and it'll look just fine.
This is my U.S. agent figure.
Are you gonna paint it?
I don't know, probably.
I mean, we're gonna get a USA agent anyway. But I
It does
am
look like a knockoff.
I am looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to it in the game. But here's the thing. He doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so you don't have to get it.
That decision was already made, buddy. Okay. Okay. So I do like the Iron Man.
I do like the Iron Man.
I mean, different versions of Iron Man armor. Fine. That's good. I'm good with that.
I am disappointed in the Miss Marvel.
That is, cheap bastards.
This Miss Marvel is supposed to be the video game version, but it is 100%, 95% reuse. The boots are different. I will give you that. The boots are different, but they completely reused every piece, including the same accessory pieces, the alternate arms, the same bands. It's just different boots and a different color.
And how do they get you? They put the body of the Build-A-Figure in there.
You have to get it. To be honest, I would have rather had that be the standalone figure so I didn't have to get it. It's still got Cap.
It's fine, I guess. I don't know. I've got to get it.
The other ones we knew about, but we got to see for one, is going to be, let's go with Leader.
All right. Leader looks good.
Looks good. I mean, I never thought we would get another Leader. I have been secretly hoping to get another Leader.
Not an overly muscular buck. It's good.
It's a good Hulk villain to finally go with our Hulk figures that we're starting to get.
And we're going back to the 90s. We've got Rage from the Avengers.
I like it.
Do you know anything about Rage?
I don't.
He is a 13-year-old kid.
I didn't.
Who got exposed to the wrong stuff and got powers and everything. It's funny because
it does look good though.
In the comics, he presented himself as an adult, and when Cap found out, he kicked him off the team because he was a minor.
Then we got Captain Marvel or Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that looks good.
That one looks good. The metallic paint there looks good. I hope they go ahead and continue to use that.
Very cartoony, I thought, on this look, though.
I hope they do go with this metallic paint. I'm going to be upset if they don't. But, I mean, I'm still going to get it. I'm excited for it.
I would have preferred a little bit shinier gold on the bands. Because I don't like this dull gold.
He's not dead from cancer. I'm so glad to see him alive.
And then, of course, the last one is the Mach one.
I like this one. There is some reuses in here.
I don't know how to feel. We can clearly see reuse from the Beetle figure.
But the shiny paint on the body and the flat white are not working for me.
I disagree. I like it,
Doesn't impact me at all.
I don't know. Like, this is one of those figures that if they hadn't included it, if it wasn't a part of the Build-A-Figure wave, I wouldn't have cared. But I'm going to end up getting it because the Build-A-Figure is a video game version of Abomination. And
I like this.
I do not own an Abomination figure other than the one that came out from that Edward Norton movie. But that one looks really good.
I love the spines. I love the detail on this.
The head looks good.
I like the hands.
I love the tease that they did with this on the actual panel. They were like, don't worry, it's another video game figure. He's big, he's green, he's got ripped pants and 4 toes. Because they were building it up to make it sound like it was going to be a Hulk.
I keep going back. Their presentation was really good.
This just means that we're going to get more of the actual figures from the video game as well. Which just makes me hope that I like the game. Because if I don't, I'm going to hate the figures. I mean, I'm not going to hate them. I'm still going to get them. I mean, I still intend to get Captain America, even though you hate it with a passion.
All right, we got a lot to get through. So should we just go on into the surprise licenses?
No, we got one more. Walgreens. Iron Man 2020. So
I like that figure.
That one went up.
I like the effects.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I did congratulate.
I don't know how I feel about this figure. That said, I've already pre-ordered it. I honestly forgot that that's what the alarm I had set for yesterday was. My alarm went off, and I went, I don't know what I was doing. But
is it what exactly is on his shoulders?
I don't know.
That was just the design of Iron Man 2020. That's old school.
Okay.
That said, there is one more Iron Man armor for the Gamerverse, and I think that one is already up for pre-order at Target.
Star Boost armor. Here.
It looks good. It's just another Iron Man armor to go into the collection. It's just, that's what it is.
I'm going to need to start an Iron Man shelf now.
Yeah, pretty much. But yes, let's go into the big surprise that I geeked out about.
So, because Disney has acquired Fox, they now have the license to do characters from the Fox movies.
I geeked out
so
hard.
Right here.
This...
Hugh Jackman Wolverine, baby. This is going to be an Amazon exclusive, the t-shirt version. This looks good.
This wave, these characters, I think may be my most looked forward to figures of the year.
Bone claws and adamantium claws.
Two different heads.
This is good.
Already pre-ordered it. The moment they said that it was going to go up for pre-order on Amazon, I pre-ordered it. My pre-order says that it'll ship in September.
Wow, I did not notice that. Okay.
It said October at first, but then they were like, "Oh, new release date." And now it's September, and I was like, "Well, I guess that's a month sooner."
They were correcting a couple of release dates on.
But the next ones, if we stick with Wolverine, is we're going back to the first XMEN movie. So we've got Hugh Jackman again, which of course I'm all about. I loved their presentation before.
Got the flannel underneath. This is good.
Before they teased this one, I loved it though, because the guy at the front was just like, "Okay, look. We all had some man crushes back in the day, and that's okay, but I get to finally make my man crush into a figure," and then they pulled this out. The only thing I was disappointed in the live stream that we had to watch, because we missed the original one, is they didn't show me the audience reactions, but I was geeking out, that's for
I don't care
sure.
what these people think.
I care because I want to make sure I wasn't alone. But then, sticking with X-Men, we got Rebecca Romijn's Mystique to go alongside that. And that figure looks just as amazing as it did on screen. I got it right here.
Okay.
You got it. Rebecca Romijn. Mystique. Oh, so good. I'm so happy.
Are we going to get a Jennifer Lawrence Mystique?
You know, I actually think we might.
How do you know that one's not?
Here's the reason why I think that we're going... They're going to go more in detail because they've already answered that they intend to go deeper into that line as well. But the reason I think that they will eventually is because we're getting a 2-pack for Professor X and Magneto with both head sculpts from both British. Yeah.
So we got Fassbender head sculpt here.
Yep.
And then Ian McKellen head sculpt here.
And then, of course, you have Professor X for James McAvoy and then Patrick Stewart. And I looked at my wife and said, it's just Hasbro saying, you need to own both of these so you can have both heads. And also, my wife went, yeah, you do.
I get to well, okay, we're going to keep going because there's another one here.
But this next one you're about to talk about is the one I'm looking forward to the most, other than Wolverine.
And that is movie Deadpool. And now, with those Professor X figures, I can recreate that scene where he goes, McAvoy or Stewart.
This was my favorite design of Deadpool. I love this outfit so much. I don't like... Deadpool wasn't my...
He's got his guns. I see a knife holster right there.
It's great.
Deadpool was one of my favorites in the comics, just like anybody else. But the moment Ryan Reynolds took that appearance of Deadpool, I fell in love with that character. So I'm very excited for that Deadpool. I will own 7 of them for some reason.
But he's going to be in a 2-pack.
He's in a 2-pack.
So the other figure is...
With
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
I don't know why I almost got tripped up there. But it looks good.
This looks like the actress. This is really good.
It really does. You know, I don't own many Marvel Legends, but I'm very interested in having Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and Negasonic.
Now that we know that there's going to be alternate heads in there, are we going to get regular Ryan Reynolds unmasked, and then could we possibly get one with him having the cardboard cutout of Hugh Jackman's face as a mask?
We could make this happen.
Sure could.
We could make this happen with some ingenuity on our part.
Sure could.
Honestly. The other one, look at this Domino.
Domino. It looks fantastic.
Not quite spot on to the actress.
Not quite, but they did really good in their attempt to get it.
I'm going to wait for the next one.
And the other one will be, of course, Thanos. I'm sorry, Cable. My
He's
bad.
got
My
the
bad.
teddy bear on
He
his
has
belt.
the friggin' teddy. That's
Only downside to this figure is it's a Walmart exclusive as well.
I'm hating those words.
I just...
All right, so, yeah, there was a little break there. We're getting used to equipment here. So
There's still stuff we missed.
okay, so back to what we talked about.
Old Man Logan. We're going back. We got the trench coat. We got the hat. We got the grumpy look. We got the baby Hulk. I love this storyline.
He's the Mandalorian.
I honestly loved. Yeah, they did make that joke.
They said the Mandalorian.
They didn't say the Mandalorian.
Okay,
They said
good.
we're going back to the original green cute baby in a Wild West story, and then they revealed the baby Hulk.
I like the hat and the jacket on this one. This is much better. This is more close to the.
I did not like the other Old Man Logan.
No, that sucker somewhere.
But I mean, I own it because I love that storyline. But this is significantly better. But then, my big surprise was Old Man Hawkeye, and like I said, I love that storyline. So I'm super happy to be getting this. But then, Jason, they made an announcement about this figure, and me and you both stopped and yelled "What?" at the same time.
So classic pin into joints. We've gotten used to over the time. Yes, it does break up the sculpt. If I'm gonna deal with the figure here that you pulled off my shelf and then put back here.
Yeah.
But
You're way over there, so it doesn't really matter.
But this figure does not have pins.
No pins at all.
Amazing.
They took the pins out of the legs. There's no pins in the arms, but it's still supposed to have double joints.
I can see there's clearly double joints here.
There's double joints. I'm very excited to see how this is going to move forward. This is their test figure for this.
And they said they'd be rolling this out slowly, but if this is good, holy crap.
Then Marvel Legends could be losing pins, so we would no longer have the breakup of pin colors where it's red on one side and
I'm
then.
curious what I think it is. It's more, I think these joints are going to come off easier too, because I think they're going to do is like a recess here that you just plug it into. Now, I hope that doesn't result in loose joints. Like I said, I don't know for a fact. Anyway, they haven't released the textbook or shown what it looks like. But
Yeah, they haven't.
this looks clean. Look at how clean this is.
It looks very good. I'm very excited.
This is an
about
evolution of action figures
Yeah,
right
it
here.
is.
I mean-
Unless it's unless they're just using some super glue and somehow faking us out.
Well, I look at a figure like, okay, I did, and it's not new acquisitions, but this is a 100 or 1,000 toys Nero, and as you can see, they don't use the pin design here. They might be doing something like this.
Yeah.
This you don't sacrifice the mold, and they still have it in there. But this is an expensive figure, whereas this one is a $20 figure. And while we were worried, all of the things they were showing in that 6-inch scale are still at the $19.99 price point. So
Yes.
a lot of collectors are relieved to see that.
$19.99 to $21. It's possible depending on where you go.
They have to tell the retailers what the MSRP is at this show.
We are going more into X-Men, so they did show that we are getting a classic Storm figure. That Storm figure is going to be a Target exclusive.
Oh, baby.
So, I mean, it looked good.
That's great.
I'll get it too.
Cloth cape. Yes.
No,
That is,
plastic.
Well, that's...
Plastic.
No,
Okay.
I think that's the same goods they've used on their other ones. That looks like it.
But if you follow the line, it seamlessly connects to the top layer, and that one's plastic. Like a soft
There's
rubber.
Like a break right here.
Oh, we'll have to see. Regardless, I'll get it. But the problem is even with the other X-Men wave where they did have that cloth, it's so fragile, I'm afraid it's going to break. But we're getting a classic Rogue. They forgot the white in her hair.
Hey, no pins. There are no pins in this figure. Look.
Oh, I guess so. So, classic Rogue. Very excited. Still got single jointed elbows.
But I don't see...
They did mention that they made the thighs thicker for Rogue.
She doesn't have pins either.
So they mentioned that they have bigger thighs for some of these female characters. I said
the
thighs.
single jointed females have never had the pins.
They never
in
had
their arm.
pins.
But there are no pins in these legs.
But there are no...
That's clean.
They're thicker, so that way they can have a sturdier base, which is fine. Give me the big thigh women.
Thick.
We got a look at Nimrod, which we are unsure if he is a Build-A-Figure or if he is a deluxe figure.
I see a pin here. I don't see one in the legs, and those legs are definitely articulated at the knees.
Yes, so...
Or the feet.
This could also be a pre-rendering, so we're not quite sure yet, but... I mean, Nimrod looks good. He does come with an alternate head as well.
I love the effect part there.
Yeah.
I love that Hasbro's getting into these because they're kind of the standard these days.
Now,
Very
finally,
inventive.
for the last of the figures in these, for Marvel Legends anyway, we're getting our vintage... They're doing another vintage wave. Scroll down. It's further down. Yeah, another vintage wave, but we're going Spider-Man. So we are getting Nerdy Peter Parker, which I need to know if those glasses will come off because I do not like the glasses.
That's classic Steve Ditko. That's classic.
Oh, no,
original
I get it.
Spider-Man.
I get it. I just don't
Look
like
at that
it.
high top. I mean...
Yeah.
But then worst case scenario, I can always buy two of them and then swap out the head for a different Peter Parker head, so I'm fine.
I like a camera accessory. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I know it's just a camera. It's an accessory.
I'm
was
excited
great.
for just a civilian.
We have not gotten that in Marvel Legends.
Gwen Stacy.
Before we get to the Spider-Man.
So we're getting a Gwen Stacy, which also comes with an alternate head to make her into Mary Jane. So I'm gonna get 2 of those for sure.
Classic Ditko. There you go, right there.
It is.
Looks great. Very excited. But then the big winner was they were talking about Pizza Spidey. And while Pizza Spidey is not making a comeback, they are making an entirely new Spider-Man mold. And look at that crunch. It's so good. Look how wide the legs were able to spread. This is a good Spider-Man.
No knee pins.
No, the pins are there.
The pins are there.
Oh,
The
they
pins
are?
are there for this one. Yeah, I mean,
I can't see it.
it's gonna be hit or miss which figures have that.
Oh, okay.
Like
They're releasing them slowly. It's just.
But now my thing is, look, does it have pins? Does it have pins?
Right.
So-
Right.
but this looks good.
But
man.
like I always thought that these Spider-Mans were too thin. Like it's
So you like the look of his thighs there.
I do. Got to
Yeah.
get that thick Spidey. But I do like a bulkier Spider-Man because even though, Peter was a scrawny kid, he,
a little too strong.
little too scrawny. So I'm glad that we're getting a more bulked up Spider-Man. I'm very excited for that.
This looks more of a throwback design too. On
The 90s
costume.
cartoon.
Yeah,
This looks like the 90s cartoon Spider-Man. I think it has the same logo when you look at it too.
yeah, it does. All the packaging was that classic Toy Biz packaging they've used in the past.
But now we're done with Legends.
All right.
Nothing else with
When
Legends.
we'll be getting a Punisher van.
They did announce Punisher van. That was rumored, and I was like, I wanted a Punisher van.
So did I. I would have liked to have seen that.
I
But-
was okay, but
I would have liked it. But anyway.
moving on, still Hasbro, Power Rangers. We already knew what was in this wave. We already knew. We knew it was going to be Ranger
So
Slayer.
this is not going to be a long.
No,
rant
we
here.
knew it was Ranger Slayer, but Ranger Slayer looks really good. We knew it was going to be Time Force Red, which looks really good and has his, giant sabers or swords.
Those will be able to combine just like they did in the show. So there will be 2 separate pieces.
Then we got Billy from the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger,
Oh my God.
which has good and bad notes to it. The bad note is that does not look like David Yost. It definitely looks like I'm watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh my God! We got Rick.
It is Rick Moranis.
So
Look,
I had no idea he was a Power Ranger, but
I'm glad they included the combined staff.
you were complaining about that the most.
I call them cowards because I thought they weren't going to.
He texted me and went, "There's no combined staff," and then literally an hour later they released the picture with the combined staff. And I'm very excited for this one. I don't display my stuff with the alternate heads anyway. They're going to be full-on costume to begin with. Ranger Slayer doesn't come with an alternate head, which is fine because if I wanted to, I could just pull out a Kimmy head. It'll work just fine.
I like this figure. I
It
love the
looks
colors
really good.
and the cape.
And then, of course, we've already talked about the fact that me and you have already owned the Zeo Gold Ranger because it was a part of the San Diego Comic-Con pack last year.
So how are they going to make us buy this?
You thought it was going to be additional accessories. Turns out it's going to be an additional head. So we're not getting the Jason head.
Tray of Triforia.
Yep. We do get one effect piece, but otherwise it's only one staff, which is something that's different. But it's okay because I say I'm not going to get it. I'm going to stand strong to that because I don't think that I'm going to go and buy this one because I don't, like I said, I don't use the other heads. That said, I'll probably be here in 5 months going, so I got the whole wave. I found it. It's already on pre-order
just pick mine up.
It's already on pre-order for Entertainment Earth.
But we're not doing that because
Double packs. Remember, it's 2 to a pack. And Movie Trading Company gets it from Entertainment Earth.
Dang. So okay.
We'll see. There was some Star Wars talk. There wasn't a whole lot of Star Wars news. I will say that some of the big things that they had was they talked about a new lightsaber for $200, which was Revan's lightsaber. Everything in the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary wave has photoreal.
Somebody took some of those child.
They have photoreal heads, which I'm cool with because that means we're getting a new Lando with an unofficial Billy D. Williams photoreal head on it.
That looks good.
It does look really good.
Considering the one I have up there does not look like Billy D.
Does
Williams.
not look like Billy D. Williams. They talked more about the hyper-real figures. They talked more about everything that we already knew was coming. We did know that we are getting some Hoth soldiers. I know that much. And, of course, they showed off the child asset figure box. But we did not get Beskar armor Mandalorian like me and you thought we were going to get.
I was disappointed.
I'm a little sad. it's gonna bother me because he's barely in the armor they show.
So they get another go at an X-Wing Luke as well.
But-
You got kind of the more two-part flight suit here.
Yeah, and he comes with a lightsaber in this one.
So the hyperreal, did they present Bespin Luke, or what did they present?
I think it's Bespin Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Bespin Luke for the hyper real.
All right.
And we've seen these figures
And
already.
it's the stuff we've already seen. Of course, it's Black Series. I'm going to own them. They've got my money. Just stop.
But the big one they did show, and I do mean the big one, is a 6-inch scale snow speeder. And I thought they were done with large scale 6-inch scale vehicles.
I don't have room for it.
After the TIE Fighter, which I do own, but it's in a room away from here. But the snow speeder is smaller, right? Right?
I don't have the room. I don't have the room. I can't.
Do I get a Dak figure with this so he can be dead in the back seat? As Luke goes, Dak! Oh. He did. and then he gets crushed by an AT-AT.
Well, that was really about all
This
it was.
looks good though. I feel as though it's.
Do you think it needs more weathering?
That's the thing. It seems very plain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm used to my old snow speeder and that had the flashing lights on the front of it,
Yeah.
which was not accurate to the screen at all.
Yeah.
But I think there should be some more scoring on the front. 'Cause
Yeah.
looking at the snow speeders in Empire Strikes Back, they really had to stand out against that white background.
Right.
So, yeah. I love the snow speeder. It's actually one of my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
vehicles.
I love it too.
So I'm getting this. I don't see what the MSRP was on the snow speeder, but I don't care either because I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, you are.
Maybe
Go ahead and buy
that's what
two.
we needed the other Luke for.
Go ahead and buy two.
Luke had a different suit.
I heard
in
these go
Empire,
missing in Jason's house all the time.
but he
Like
had a
it's
different flight suit than he did in Empire. So okay, that makes sense. We're getting a slightly different flight suit for Empire.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the figures we've all seen these.
Yeah. The only other cool thing that we already knew about was Zora Bliss. It has a removable
knew
headpiece
that.
there that allows you to see photoreal eyes.
Kind of surprising. Maybe they're saving some of that for SDCC. I don't know.
Let's go to the final thing Hasbro had to offer, which went from me literally saying earlier that day to I don't know how convinced I'm going to be because as much as I love this series, I don't know if I need figures of these to I have already pre-ordered all of them, and that is going to be the new Plasma Series Ghostbusters 6-inch figures. They look
man.
so good. Like
So we're getting Dana.
They look.
it's not Dana. That is
What?
not Dana.
I know it doesn't look like Dana.
No. That's not Dana. That is Zool. She was not Dana at that point. She was possessed.
He's right.
Oh, shut up with your technicality.
He's
No,
right.
Bryce and I are over here on the right side, okay?
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
we get a Zool figure. We're going to get...
Aim for the flat top.
Where's the gatekeeper?
I
So,
know, right?
So here's my theory on
Series
that.
2?
I think that
Yeah.
it's got to be a Series 2. I really did want that figure as well. Of course, we're getting Gozer. We get, of course, the actual team themselves. So we're going to get, Spangler. We get Zedmore.
These look so good, too.
They look great.
The head sculpts are great.
And then, Stance and Venkman. And then, of course, we have a Build a Ghost Terror Dog. But here's the thing. If we get a Wave 2, does that mean we can get a Terror Dog in that one as well? So that way I don't have to buy 2 of Wave 1s?
Do we really need 2 Terror Dogs? Of course
Yes.
we need 2
Yes.
Terror
Just
Dogs.
Come on now. That
Yes.
said, if they never released another wave after this, I would be okay. I think I would be happy.
No, you need
No.
a gatekeeper.
No, I absolutely want one.
I need them in their Ghostbuster 2 suits.
But
With
Right.
slime throwers.
I'm
Right.
just
And I
saying,
need Rick Moranis.
Right.
just saying
with
that
his
I would be
earmuffs.
okay. Oh, I know. Back to Power Rangers real quick. They did talk about a brand new Dragon Dagger that has a bunch of different effects to it.
Now, see, I don't like it because they're using that cheap gold.
Here's the thing. The dagger itself will be, I want to say it's $100. You can play different songs on it. You can do a remix versions of certain songs on it as well. It has a charging stand. It has a light up stand. But the one thing Jason really freaked out about that Hasbro also announced was none other than, what was the wand, Jason? What was that wand
It's
you
a
wanted?
proton. It's the wand from the proton pack. Now, granted, I don't get the pack, but I can do stuff with this. Okay, I can go and 3D print a pack, but They do have the Proton wand, and I'm trying to find the pictures of it. I think I was on it before, but I'm off of it now. I want that. It makes noises, and that's really all I wanted. I just want something that makes the noise, and I can.
Last thing that I'm not gonna get, but I think Bryce will be excited for, is they showed off the Kenner Ghostbusters.
Look at that packaging.
Because Hasbro bought out Kenner, so they just brought back the same old molds, and it's the exact same figures. So it's all of the original Ghostbusters from that TV show, which I never watched. Slimer and Stay Puft.
Yeah, Stay Puft. I
Look
do
at
not.
that Venkman head. Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
no,
The retro stuff looks cool, and I do need a Stay Puft in my collection.
Now, okay,
I don't have
so
one yet.
let's get to the real. So, Bryce, being a fan of this particular property,
Will you be collecting the Plasma series?
I'm torn between that and the Mezcos of the Ghostbusters.
They're gonna run you about the same price by the time you're done. So I mean,
not
I'm
really.
not sure.
No, these will be cheaper than getting a
No.
pack of the Mezcos.
No, these will be
These
a
are
lot
$20
cheaper.
a pop.
well, he also won't be getting the Pterodog, Gozer, and
Yeah.
Zool. So I mean,
I see what you mean.
And these will fit better in my collection. I'm sorry, I love Mezcos, and I've been torn on that pack, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get it. I have had the money to get that a
I
couple of times.
have only owned one Ghostbuster figure my entire life, and that was one from Mattel, and that was the only one I ever owned. But I never got the Diamond Collect. I didn't collect the other Mattel ones, so I'm really happy that Hasbro's at least doing this.
Do you think these are better sculpts than the previous releases?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is.
Like I said,
these
I've
are the
only
best.
owned one from the Mattel,
So-
and I want to say it was Venkman that I bought,
Yeah.
and drastic night and day difference just by looking at it.
So right now, I'm gonna say, I want a 6-inch scale Ecto one,
If they don't
and
do
I would pay
if they don't do it, they're leaving a lot of money on the table.
because I'm willing to pay for it. I need them, all 4 of them, seated in an Ecto
Of
one.
course, they should do it.
Right, give me Ecto one, and go if you want to really, Hasbro, if you're listening, if you really want, just give it a few extra things I can put on so I can do the Ecto one from the second movie, which had just a little bit more accoutrement on it. That's all.
That'd be great.
So-
They should.
Plasma series looks fantastic.
It's iconic. They should do it.
I love the effects.
Oh yeah, they look
And
great.
I hate that we're not getting the proton effect with everybody. I need that
Yeah.
effect with everybody.
But it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Series 2.
Wow. All right. So we're back now. Yeah, like I said, we were not totally prepared. This is
This is the most casual we've ever done it, and it's of
I think I
course the
turned
most.
the camera too far too as well. All right, so let's get into NECA. Bryce, where do you want to start? Because I'm on board. Can we start with the one that I told you about that we both got excited for?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
So, NECA is making Defenders of the Earth. Defenders.
This is the phenomenal surprise that I don't think anybody
Did not see
predicted.
this coming, man. Did not see it coming. So we're
This
getting,
is a win
We are
for
getting
everyone.
Flash Gordon, the Phantom, Mandrake the Magician,
Yep.
and
Ming the Merciless.
Ming the Merciless, and Lothar, the strong man of the group.
If you look at that Ming the Merciless, that is the best Ming action figure I have ever seen.
Wow, look at the Mandrake. Look at the Mandrake.
Oh,
Look
it's
at that
awesome.
suit. I like when they do something besides skin tight. That looks really good.
Yeah,
Phantom looks ripped.
he does.
I know this is accurate to the cartoon because he didn't have his classic guns,
Right.
but we'll get into that later. The Flash looks good. That suit. The only thing I'm concerned, and I was saying, I don't think the arms could go all the way down, but it definitely looks like he has more room to get his arms down.
Yeah.
So, this is NECA's. Well, I mean, they've done other 6-inch figures, so it's not their first foray.
No. So they've done tons of figures these scale, and it's not going to be 6-inch. These are going to be a little bit bigger than 6-inch. They have to be.
6.5 or something like that.
That's what NECA does, but it's got the same good sculpting on it. There's a lot of good there. I can see the same kind of sculpting from the use of like the Green Lantern figure that I love so much. But
These look really good.
The
man.
detail is incredible.
they look
on
great.
these.
I'm not familiar with this
I didn't realize
franchise,
it was the 35th
but
anniversary.
I did not know that.
There-
I was telling you, I subjected him to the theme song.
A lot.
When I saw them the first thing, Defenders of the... I heard it in my head.
Yeah.
What is it? Pictures that make sounds? That was it for me.
Like I said, I'm not familiar with this franchise, but he sang it so much that it was stuck in my head. I'm excited for, though.
I am as well.
Marty McFly from Back to the Future. We're getting 2 different ones. I'm not going to get the one in his spacesuit, but I am absolutely going to get this Marty McFly. And now I'm going to need a Doc Brown to go alongside.
I know Doc Brown has to be following this.
Of course it does. You're going to support this line. You're going to buy both.
I mean, I'm going to buy that one for sure.
Look at that head sculpt. Michael J. Fox.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
That is young Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. Family Ties. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Wrong property.
There is no longer... sorry, skip that one. Okay, so there.
Cool. Yeah, no,
We're still recording locally.
This looks phenomenally. Like I
Look
just
at the vest, man.
when I saw this picture yesterday, I said to my wife, because I said this exact thing, NECA, I don't collect a lot of horror movie figures because I'm not a horror movie guy. So I do collect a few of them. I do intend to get the ones that always look cool. Like I'm still looking for the Conjuring one, stuff like that. But I don't watch a lot of horror movies. So at this point, I've gotten all the horror figures I've basically ever wanted. So I was thinking to myself, what could NECA possibly do to drive me back in? Godzilla figures, which I'm about to talk about. But then I saw Marty McFly. I went to my wife and went, God damn it, they got me again.
Shout out to the 80s of wearing 2 types of denim, by the way. It's slightly different color. I appreciate
it. I told my wife that I needed to own this Marty McFly, and she went, only if it comes with the puffy vest. And I went, he comes with the puffy vest. And she went, you got to own this Marty McFly.
The details with the wrinkles.
NECA has always done a phenomenal job when it comes to just taking something from the movie screen, making it into plastic form. And they always had really decent articulation, like it's better than most, but like they can be a little tight in some places. But that Marty McFly, I gotta have it.
So we already saw that Ace Ventura with the Insane Asylum stuff. We got some Wild Stallions figures. We knew these were coming.
Yeah.
And they made some cartoony ones as well. Okay. But cartoony Bob Ross. I need that for my desk at work. I know, and we're also getting the Toon style with a Marty McFly, a Doc Brown, and a DeLorean.
I have never watched anything Bob Ross.
No, you're...
Okay, it never occurred to me until just now. So if they do a realistic DeLorean to go with Marty and Doc, those things are going to sell through the roof.
Yeah, they would. NECA's definitely got the market on some of these franchises that I was never expecting to own. Like, other than the fact that I have told you multiple times that I am not a retro cloth collector. I don't want to have the chance of it ripping. I don't want to have the chance of it getting dirty. But I have never come closer to buying retro cloth in my life than I have with seeing the Karate Kid figures in store.
And we're getting 2 more of those. We're getting a Mr. Miyagi in his tan kind of jumpsuit.
That one's already out, isn't it?
Are those already out?
Yeah,
those are
all
already
of
out.
those figures are out.
Yeah, those are already
The
out.
skull suit?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes, those are already out.
Those aren't new, but the same thing with the Golden Girls. Those are already there.
The new ones are the Jaws retro cloth.
And we'll get back to those.
I figured you were going to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
So,
You're gonna need a bigger.
Oh, I don't have those on this
to
side.
get these.
On this side, I do have. They are releasing some animated series 1/1 scale things. You get the Mr. Freeze.
Yes,
Freeze
I mentioned that. One of the ones I'm looking forward to the most is Nightwing's Batons.
Well, this is
I know these are the animated series stuff,
right.
like Mr. Freeze.
Hook, and you got Harley's big court gun here, which very toony design. Not my thing, but it looks good.
But Nightwing's Batons from Arkham, I'm all about. I'm so gonna get those. There's also the Batman Beyond Batarang, which I won't be owning because I never need the Batarangs because I will break them by trying to throw them, pretending to be good old Terry. But
now we had, talked about the Ellen Ripley that was coming up from the new Aliens line,
which I will be getting as well.
Looks really good, but we got some more.
Got more characters coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got Brett and Parker, and they look amazing.
Getting to those. Look at that head sculpt.
Look at the other head sculpt. Just
wow.
the face hugger inside of the helmet.
Ash. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll get that one too.
I love those.
That's my
Look
thing.
at the wrinkles, man. That's just so good.
Any kind of human character that NECA makes will always have my money because I love the way that they do them.
And here are the other
Super realistic.
some other. All those just ratty suits from the Nostromo. I love those.
Yeah.
There's Brett and Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you got a blood splattered alien, which is awesome.
Ooh,
Which
wow.
I
I didn't notice the blood splatter.
Yeah.
I never owned the Xenomorphs,
Well,
but
I do.
I
I do times like 8.
I
have like
believe
8 of
you.
them.
There's that rhino alien.
Yep.
And look at that. They haven't announced it, but there's a Drake. There is a Drake from Aliens 2
Nice.
with his big smart gun. Love it. Love it. I love the Marines in Aliens 2.
Oh, so do I.
They were the best part of
I
that.
have not watched that movie in a while.
That's
but
a good looking rhino alien.
It was good.
And
yeah.
and some sort of a gray ultimate predator as well.
That would be look at that's the Fugitive alien. I think that one's out
Oh,
already.
I think that's already out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of these are just.
I think you can find.
It's
You
got
can find those
LCD
at,
built
find
in.
those at Target.
That's out. Okay. I haven't seen that.
So back
But
to some more,
we should go to the Jaws ones, the retro cloth for Bryce to talk
I
about.
don't have that on my picture, but
You had it. It was the very. There you go.
Yeah, they're right there.
okay.
Yeah.
So we
These-
get a Quint.
And these come with a chum bucket. It's fantastic.
Here we go. So,
Oh, look, this is going to
You
go
know,
into
this
some
is-
of my stuff as well.
This is gonna be huge. I think this
Man, that looks
franchise
so good.
has been begging for merchandise.
Look at the faces, man.
Yeah, man. These are gonna sell well. I really think they're gonna go over well.
All right, you want to go ahead and talk about these?
I'm a Godzilla fan.
So, as am
I love Godzilla. I only recently started collecting the NECA figures though, which is such a shame. I've missed out on so much. I own 3 of them, although I have misplaced my one from the remake movies that had come out. But these look really good. So we have Godzilla versus I cannot pronounce it. Biollante. It was from the 1989 movie, and it looks phenomenal. It's standing up straight. You can tell how articulated that tail is going to be. This is an improvement on the
that
tail.
joint looks very clean too.
Yeah. So the last NECA figure that I bought was Godzilla versus Mothra, and that figure's phenomenal because I love the tail. But this one too, Godzilla 2003 from Tokyo SOS, that just looks incredible.
I love the spines and the scales on this one.
My wife was like, "You're going to dedicate an entire shelf to Godzilla, aren't you?" And I was
We
like,
should
"Oh yeah,
all
you
be
are."
dedicating things
The
to Godzilla.
only time that I have ever been disappointed in certain Godzilla figures has got to be for the remake of the new movie, because I do not like the Mothra, the Rodan, and they're not giving me a Ghidorah. So, I mean, well, whatever.
And there's some upcoming other close stuff that we've talked about on the show.
I was surprised they didn't announce Kong, though.
Now, why did this not get more attention? No.
Okay, so you're showing me for the first time. I have not seen this. That is fantastic. Rowdy Roddy Piper from They Live. That is awesome.
We need
That's
a
not
Keith David to go along with that.
I cannot. Yes, absolutely.
We need to recreate that fight scene.
Absolutely. Are they re-releasing Ghostface?
Looks like
They are.
I
okay.
think so, yeah.
And,
Q2.
and that's a
Q2.
smart move, because you cannot buy Ghostface for under $60, $70, $80
Wow, really?
on the second-hand market now. That figure that was released a long time ago.
Well,
Do you not own it?
releasing this one.
I don't have that one. Can you?
Well,
go
now
to-
you will!
I can. Can you go back? Did they show Loomis, and
Yes.
they also showed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's Loomis,
Yeah,
there's
Laurie
Michael.
Strode, and was there another one? Okay, that's the one I was thinking about. Hatchet. So they've got him from the movie Hatchet. That franchise that produced 3 movies plus a 4th one. That is one ugly slasher movie, but it is so awesome. Those movies are over the top that Adam Green made, and they're fantastic. I love that they're bringing out a Hatchet figure.
So it's good there, and we are getting those other They Live figures, so we can have Roddy shooting something.
Those are available now. You can get those now.
Well, Roddy needs to shoot.
Yes,
So,
right. I'm so glad they're doing Nada.
I want to say
And
that's
Hatchet.
really all NECA had for their new stuff.
well,
was just...
no. There's something.
Oh, wait.
We
We
need
forgot about
Bryce's
some. We
opinion on-
forgot about some Gremlins that they announced.
Yes, yes. I have not seen these yet.
More
I-
Ultimate Collection
We
Gremlins 2.
saw these yesterday and we laughed because we're like, Bryce is gonna get
That's
these.
great.
We thought of you immediately.
Now
Yeah.
these are 6-inch.
Yes.
Wow. Look
Well,
at
6-inch
that.
scale.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Yes and yes.
Yeah,
Got
with
the
the WB
WB.
logo
Yes.
and Get the female one.
man.
Oh god.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they got some some Gremlin stuff going on there.
I hope they do the Gremlins too. But anyway.
But yeah, we got
And
the
of course, some
Gremlins.
good.
Now the dioramas for sale?
No.
wish
That
they
is strictly their presentation. You can't get those.
But I guess we move on to McFarlane next.
All right, so what are we going on, McFarlane?
So I got tons from McFarlane.
Okay, the My Hero Academia. Go ahead.
Well, okay, we'll start with My Hero Academia. They already showed Uraraka, they showed Todoroki, and they showed Kirishima. They're what I kind of expected from McFarlane lately. Kirishima doesn't look terrible. Todoroki looks great. I will say that Kirishima looks better in these photos than he did in promotional shots, but Uraraka looks like that crazy girlfriend who is really upset that you didn't text her back. So I'm going to have to learn how to use a Dremel real quick because I'm going to have to swap that out for a Brand Presto head as well and then fix my Midoriya. They did show Tenya. Tenya will, but for some reason he's coming out in the fall, not in the spring like the other ones.
Because there will be other figures coming out with Tenya.
Well, he's supposed to be in Wave 2. Like, he's a part of this wave. Wave 1 was 4 figures. Wave 2 is 4 figures. So I don't know why they're releasing him, and they didn't answer my question when I asked them.
That face.
I mean, I'm going to take care of it, but whatever. They announced a few other things past My Hero Academia. We'll move into... Let's go with Fortnite. I stopped collecting the Fortnite figures, but granted, I did buy the Prisoner. But there's this big mouth, and that's just interesting.
That's right out of Beetle.
Yeah, so that could go with something. It might be one of those figures that I ultimately end up grabbing last minute. There's a character called Frostbite, an 11-inch Leviathan figure.
I'm down for that.
So that's huge. Cool. I own him as a Jazzware figure. Yeah, I own him as a Jazzware figure, but I won't be getting an 11-inch. Plastic Patroller, which is basically just a toy army man. And a new Rider Glider Lava Wing, which, I mean, I'll admit looks legit, but I'm not going to get it.
Is there a Jeep?
Yes.
Someone's riding. Who rides the Jeep?
Characters, okay. And they even made a shopping cart, and you can push around like a 6-inch cart.
Yes.
That Plastic Patroller is awesome. Also, his melee weapon.
His melee weapon is a hot dog.
Okay, these... They have really hit upon something.
McFarlane's great.
This is good.
McFarlane also showed a
Horror Bunny.
Yeah, that one's already out. McFarlane has shown a Warhammer figure as well. He is supposed to be 7-inch scale, just like everybody else, which does look good. But I mean, I don't know much.
That's some great armor.
They've got a painted version of him as well. It looks really good. I don't know if I'll be getting it. I'll have to see it in person before I make a decision.
Figures, so,
yeah. They showed more of the Cyberpunk figures, which we already knew were coming out. We have, of course, Johnny Silverhand and V7. I intend to get both of those figures. If you want to get them right now from Entertainment Earth, you can pay $200, or you could wait and pay $20 like anybody else. So there's that. They're going more into Mortal Kombat. We've already saw that it's Johnny Cage and Raiden are already out.
Yeah.
But their next set is going to be Baraka. Yeah, there's the shopping cart.
That's cool.
Baraka, which will have a brain taken on and off of his spike here. And Kitana, which they look good, but I stopped collecting the Mortal Kombat wave because I just wasn't that interested in it. But I will say that the next McFarlane figure, which I knew about, which is the 7-inch Spawn figure, which will come out in March, I will be getting that because it's Spawn. And who doesn't want to own a 7-inch version of Spawn? I mean,
I'm waiting for the 8-inch.
I'm excited. You'll get it, I think. They announced that McFarlane is doing a Kickstarter exclusive program where those old school Spawn figures, they are bringing them back fully. So
that Spawn figure looks really good.
You are not going to find them. That's the Mortal Kombat one, right?
Yeah, that's
the Mortal Kombat one I'm really excited for, but you won't be able to find these Kickstarter figures in retailers. They're exclusive to Kickstarter, so you have to go back. You have to go back them if you want them.
So they have the originals up there.
They're going to be using the same packaging too.
And it's 8-inch or what size?
These are
like 6 to 8.
They're a little bit bigger than. They're like 7-inch figures.
Around there. We got a closer look at DC figures, which I already knew I was going to get. I'm half into this line. I don't know. I've been picky and choosy with this one. Of course, we got to look at our Wonder Woman figures, which is Wonder Woman in that golden armor, which does look good. We have Wonder Woman in her regular outfit, which I think they put too much blush on her, but whatever, it's still good. I'm going to buy that one. And then, of course, they showed some more McFarlane figures coming out, which is going to be the Batman Arkham Asylum Batman, which I'm all for.
These look really good.
Batman's Arkham Asylum Joker, which that's not quite what it is in the game, but you can't mess up Joker. You can have a weird face for him, and it'll look just fine. They're going White Knight.
Look at that shit.
Yeah, it's a big-ass chin. And then, man, he's got some receding hair going on there. They're going White Knight. So we're going to get Batman from White Knight.
He shaved that. That's not receding.
Joker from White Knight. And Azrael from White Knight.
They're doing too many of these, okay? They're doing too many repaints already. Okay?
I will get the other repaint, but only if I find it, and I'm not going to go hunting for it. But that's about it for McFarlane. They kind of announced a lot of good stuff there. I'm excited for Spawn. I'm excited for some of their DC, and of course my hero, regardless of the fact that Uraraka looks like she's about to stab me. I mean,
there's that White Knight Batman there. Got pictures up finally, and yeah, and I like the Azrael. I like that character, and I love that armor.
I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of it.
It's not for me.
I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay.
In fact, I think I'm gonna pass on both of the White Knight line, because it doesn't appeal to me there. I'm gonna stick with the Arkham stuff, and I'll go, and that's probably Arkham and Wonder Woman. I think that's what I'll get.
I don't like these.
I will get that one though, the variant. But
okay, well, that's all you.
it is all me.
Mm-hmm.
Stop judging me.
I'm just honestly.
No. Shut up. You're buying more vehicles.
I'm waiting for the Barbie 8-inch versions.
All right, Bryce, is there any
Of the
other
Arkham.
ones you wanted to cover?
Do we want to go to Migo, or what are we doing?
Let's go to me.
Okay.
Let's finish it with Migo, because I don't think we have anything else.
Oh, we got 3-0 to do for last, I guess.
Yeah, we can do 3-0.
Yeah.
The pictures that you sent us.
Oh, we also have to do. There's one other that I want to cover as well.
So first
All right.
off,
So we'll talk about Migo, and we have prototypes at the Toy Fair of Commander Data and Captain Picard. These are not finished versions, but they
look
look
good.
terrific. I have
I
seen
can't believe those aren't finished.
Same here.
yeah, it's going to get better from there, and it does. They do apparently come with a phaser accessory, which comes attached to a belt, so that's really cool. I'm glad they didn't skimp out on that.
Yeah, those are good head sculpts.
Yeah, I like that. The head sculpts are slightly big, but they have to account for the 5% vinyl shrinkage when they go to the factory.
Oh.
So that's why they might look a little large on the pictures that you see at Toy Fair.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay. So aside from the Star Trek ones, oh, by the way, they teased. They didn't give you a good picture of it, but Q is coming.
Oh.
Q from the Q Continuum. So that will be in Wave 2. We know that figure exists because the prototype was there at the show. There is not going to be a new bridge set, even though there was a bridge set at the booth that was just there for fun and giggles.
Showing
apparently.
off,
Yeah. Okay. They did show some new horror figures. You've got The Exorcist. You got Reagan from.
Oh boy!
And if it doesn't startle you in the middle of the night, I'm not sure what will.
I'm crying
The
as we
eyes look
speak.
really good on this one.
I'm pleased with that. I think they did a great job.
I feel like Migo has taken a step up.
They've got some good sculptors working for them. I'm really pleased with many of their horror figures. Most people are very psyched about their horror figures. Every one of them. They've also got they showed the card art for Reagan. They've also got the Fly, which is something that I've been wanting for a long time in my horror. The old one, the vintage one. It's way too expensive.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah, because I don't want to pay $200 for a Fly or more. They've got the Scary
Stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Harold from Scary
Oh,
Stories.
boy.
Now, the interesting thing about this figure, this is also a prototype. He's going to have a clear body, so it's going to make him look hollow. like he should. So that's cool. We've got what looks like a knockoff Leatherface figure with his apparel he's wearing. I think it's very charming. Look at the cheap chainsaw. I'm guessing that is a prototype chainsaw. That I'm guessing we're gonna get a painted one down the road.
You're gonna have to find a chainsaw to get
This leather mask, Leatherface. This particular mask is not my favorite Leatherface I've ever seen. Now they've also acquired the rights to Rob Zombie's Halloween, Michael Myers.
Man.
And that's the Michael Myers they're going with is the Rob Zombie version. And I'm not a fan of that figure or that.
I gotcha.
I
prefer the others.
Some of those remakes were really intense, though. I will say that.
Yeah. I like the original better.
Friday the 13th remake was just gruesome.
But for whatever reason, I like the NECA better with the update they did with the 2018 movie. But still, it's Michael Myers, and it might be better in hand. I don't know. We have also got the first of the Twilight Zone figures coming, and that is Canamet from To Serve Man. He's coming from Mego, and this time he's in color. When the Twilight Zone figures were released in the past 6, 7, 8 years, they were in black and white. So now we're going to be getting some of these in color, full color. So that's really cool.
Good job with the sparkly robe.
Yeah, right. Mego is also doing Stan the Man, Lee, in the Legends category. And he looks great.
I'm already getting my Marvel Legend, but this one I almost wanted to get out of just respect for the man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, in the chat, Near, it is official. You says this one I'll get.
I did say this
So
one
I
I'll
believe it's
get.
on the record.
So you
But
have to buy it.
I will not be buying it.
You have to buy it. You already said you would.
It's on the record.
Because my word is trustworthy.
It's on the record.
Hashtag Nerds with Coffee, 2 truths, 1 lie.
It's on the record.
We need you to fork up the dough and
So what's
go for
with
it.
these?
Okay, so these are by Super Impulse. So on superimpulse.com, Mego has partnered with them to do these 1 1/4 inch minifigures.
A 1/4 inch.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, superimpulse.com does Transformers, Power Rangers, and more in this size, 1 1/4. This is basically a $5 item, I believe, at retail. You got a mini Nosferatu that can barely draw blood, but
About that scale. This is a D&D.
is that 1 1/4 inch high?
It's a little shorter.
Yeah, a little bit shorter.
Okay, well,
But it's
yeah.
about that size, yeah.
I think they're cool. This allows your Migos to have stocking stuffers in their diorama, so that's what you're gonna get out of
Get a
these.
small get the Bela Lugosi figure holding a little Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So they're gonna have the Invisible Man. They're gonna have Nosferatu. They're gonna have Frankenstein's creature and Disco Dracula in the purple cape.
Huge for toy photographers because you could be able to have them like really confused and have really good funny photos that you can take, but I don't see these being like huge sellers. It's the
I
same
think there's
way.
a market for them though.
There is,
There's
but
probably a market.
no,
somewhere
there
out
definitely is. But I mean,
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm forgetting one figure. They showed a prototype for Mr. Hyde, and this is a hand-painted prototype with the top hat and the overcoat. I'm interested in this. I don't know how the figure's going to look in the final stages, but I'm interested. Count me in. What it's all about. Let's see. And is there one more? No. That is it for Mego,
right.
to my knowledge. Okay. Can we go to Trick or Treat Studios, please? Trick or Treat Studios, while we're on the topic of horror figures. Trick or Treat surprised everyone. They are known for producing horror props. They are known for producing busts and masks. And
those masks look good.
oh, they're really good. Now they are going to be challenging NECA and Mego with their 1/6 scale retro cloth figure line. They've got Art the Clown from the Terrifier.
That
and
movie.
Prototype, maybe?
Yeah, these are prototypes. Yep. Not available yet. They're going to go up for pre-orders soon, and they're going to be available later this year. The
I'm
Halloween.
impressed.
They look pretty good. They've got 3 different Michael Myers. They've got from Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. They have Halloween 5
I need you to
version,
get off that clown.
Revenge of Michael Myers,
Terrifier?
and of course they have the original Michael Myers from the original Halloween. So they have 3 different versions plus Art the Clown coming up, and those are going to, the price point on those I'm told is $119.99 for the 1/6 scale.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Jason considered it.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but I have a feeling they're going to look really good.
And some assorted knives.
Yeah, they have all kinds of props, Halloween props.
You could probably go to the store and
Hey, they got a Necronomicon.
Yes, they do.
Klaatu, Barada.
Yeah, so pre-orders for the new figures will begin in the coming weeks. It's according to Trick or Treat Studios. And the only other one that we haven't covered. And I forgot to mention. I don't know if we covered this. NECA is also doing like life-size props of Gremlins.
Oh, I thought they already
believe.
had some of those out. Or no, I think something else.
And they're also doing Chucky.
I know Jason's birthday present.
I'm gonna burn it.
Or is that Trick or Treat Studios? I'm sorry, that is Trick or Treat Studios that's doing Chucky.
Yeah, I'm still on trick or treat stuff.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
I'm
is,
saying-
that where the life-size Gremlins were as well? Or was that
Yes,
was probably
yes, they
NECA.
were here.
Oh, they were here?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay,
Here are life-size Gremlins.
I apologize. So it's Trick or Treat Studios, not NECA, who's doing the life-size
There's your
Gremlins.
stripe, and you got a little gizmo there.
Yeah.
The Flasher,
Yes.
which is the only one you should
I
get.
forget how big the Gremlins were in comparison to
I love
the.
the one with the ski mask.
I love
Please
it.
tell me the ski mask is removable.
Yeah, it probably is.
It probably
man.
is.
So I know we need to cover 3-0.
All right, getting back over to 3-0. And I think I saw some stuff in here that...
And I think that's the last
3-0's got some amazing products.
thing that we
So,
got.
okay, so first off, we're getting some Destiny figures. These are expensive.
You can spend your rent and your car payment on
We'll
some of
As
these
a
things.
Destiny
not
player,
be getting any of these.
These look so good. The cloth uniforms, the weapons. You got your Hunter, your Warlock, and your Titan here. Man, I play Hunters, and it's really hard for me not to look at these and go, I kind of want them. But I'll resist. You got a Titan displaying his super ability right there with his shield. And that Hunter right there, that's like what my Hunter looks like in game almost. So
I've not played Destiny in forever.
I get dragged back in every now and then. So
I need to start donating blood and plasma so I can get some of these figures
now what
that
I
3-0 is
am,
doing.
I love Fallout. But as much as I love Fallout, my wife is a huge Fallout fan. So this might be a birthday present for her, where my wife kind of looks at my toys like, but when she saw this, she pushed me aside. Like, she kind of pushed me aside to look at my phone. And I think it was another 3-0 figure, but this one is actually a female lone survivor with the flame armor. Hers up like in game. This might be something that she wants, but look at
You
this
should
thing.
surprise her with that.
Articulated fingers.
That's when you find out there's an actual figure inside of that armor too.
Old school armor here. I don't think the figure can come out, but man, that's a good head sculpt for a figure. You got a Berserk from Guts. That looks good. But look at that figure. That looks good. The detail on the armor, the slight rusting and weathering. You're paying for a lot of paint apps on. This is not a handle figure. That Berserk, that Guts from Berserk looks good. Got the arm on him and everything. But you're going to be spending quite a bit on these. Okay, so the armors are the T60 and the T51. But, if you're a Fallout player, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But 3-0 figures. And also we're getting Full Metal Alchemist. Alphonse, Eric, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
I can't get it.
Yes, you can.
No.
Don't buy that Captain America knockoff figure. Buy this instead.
Hey,
What up?
give me your money. Give me your money.
I may like FML, just FMA as much as anybody.
Did you hear the break in the speech when I went to the next one?
Yeah. I like Full Metal Alchemist. I don't like it that much. That head sculpt's a little wonky though.
But then we also get into some One Punch Man,
which I don't care
I
about.
love One Punch Man.
I think it's overrated.
That looks. Shut your mouth. It looks good.
It's 100% overrated.
1/6 scale Saitama, and we're also getting his disciple of Genos. That's really good. It's good detail until you look at it up close.
Yeah.
And this kind of seems like it could be bad. The arms look good. I don't think I want to see this. Put the shirt on like he is in the cartoon.
It's bothering you.
Yeah, just leave the arms uncovered. Otherwise, it looks good. I don't know what these characters are, but they look good. I don't know what's with the hard head there, but. And then they had Ultraman.
Not familiar with that franchise at all.
Oh, I am. Let me tell you how much I'm into Ultraman. Rick calls me up one night and tells me that Alamo Drafthouse is doing a double feature of Ultraman movies, and I left my house at like 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night to go watch a midnight feature of Ultraman, old school Ultraman. I think I put a video on my Instagram. I was like, so Rick calls me up, and the next I'm in my car, and the next I'm in the Draft House, and I ate some fried pickles and had some beer and watched Ultraman.
So he's getting this one.
No, I really don't need.
No, he's getting this one.
Because
sounds like you're getting this one.
It sounds like you're getting this one.
I'm even getting a Yama.
Jason, go back for me real quick. I didn't see the Ultraman clear.
I'm going to some closer shots.
Okay. Man, look at that candy apple red going on.
That is a really good paint.
Man,
this is my favorite out of all of those, though.
Those look pretty good.
Yeah, they do.
Jason,
That's going to outclass all your Transformer figures.
They're 1/6 scale.
Hey, I got a question.
What's that?
Where are you gonna put them?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna figure it out.
It's coming.
I'm gonna buy some more of these shells I've been getting. So
White Walker.
Game of Thrones, well, it looks good. But then we start getting some of these Game of Thrones figures, by the way. And look at that Jon Snow head on that.
Looks good.
That's,
I will
I'm not
graciously wait until I get my Marvel Legends.
I don't
Kit
want to
Harington,
get any Thrones figures, but I will admire the
I
cloth,
bought-
the head sculpts on these. They look really
I bought
good.
the McFarlane ones, and here we are.
But the Tyrion Lannister.
Who's my favorite character in
These
that
are
entire
probably.
show.
I'm going to tell you right now. I know they're expensive. But these are the best damn cloth sculpt figures out there.
Well, no, you haven't gotten to the stuff that I really want yet, but those are good.
But yeah, you just all of these look good. Brienne of Tarth. I just showed Cersei. The Arya looks good. And you got the Hound.
Hound. Mm-hmm. Hound's got a little bit of Barbie hair going on, but
They can fix that. Yeah. And then you got some Walking Dead stuff. You got Rick Grimes.
which I love Walking Dead. Granted, that said, I haven't watched it in forever, but I have no intention of getting these.
I don't either. Like I said, I'm admiring. You got
That Negan looks
there.
good though.
That's right on right there.
The Michael
Got
Rooker
Merle.
looks good. You got Merle.
I would love to have some of these Walking Dead figures. I think they look amazing.
Daryl.
with
How does that look?
With the
Look at that Daryl.
likenesses.
That's good.
Daryl looks good.
That's really good.
And the cloth goods on these.
Look at the way the hair falls on his face.
I'm looking at the way the clothes fall on these.
That
They
too?
fall perfectly.
They do.
And you get that Michonne
With
looks
the walkers.
With their walkers.
so much like her.
God, early seasons of Walking Dead were so good.
They really were. I won't get Rick Grimes unless I can get Carl to go with him.
I do like that they did the scale of the dragon.
Only if you can shoot Carl.
This looks really good with the scale. To scale with the figure.
Yes, it does.
I know it's just basically like a set piece. It's a diorama, but still looks good. So we will admire 3-0 stuff. Wait, was that a bumblebee over there? That is a bumblebee right there. That is a three, but they're non-transformable, so they're not Transformers.
Oh, so tell me more.
They're non-transformable, so they are not Transformers. Some Evangelion stuff looks good. I'm not a big fan of Evangelion. The Pat Labor stuff, though, however, I do love this cartoon a lot, and those look so good. But I'm passing on them because I don't even know why we're looking at this stuff. This is like
Yeah, close it out. This is not the stuff we report on.
okay. So
we're reporting on this.
the Dark Fate.
Ended here. There's not another franchise that anyone in this room is interested
Those
in.
look great.
They do.
The Terminator figures look great. They don't show a Rambo figure, but I guess they're in
I
development.
mean, we got a
sure
picture
like
of it.
my
Yeah.
NECA Terminator figures.
That
They're
looks
pretty good.
That looks good. These I know you said that these X-Files figures are already out.
Already out.
Wow, those look good.
I want
Once again, how the clothes lay on them. Because that is the thing that I look at a lot of cloth good stuff. Like, even with these 1,000 Toys Devil May Cry figures, the coats don't lay all that great on them. Don't touch my microphone. But this, they lay perfectly on the figure. So, wow.
The likenesses are great, too.
And some great bad stuff, classic scene from that show. And we're back into the rotation. So, anyway. Also, I want to go ahead and give credit. We are looking at stuff off of toyark.com. They provide some great coverage. I'm going to go ahead and just give them a shout out.
And we also got images from Migo and Trick or Treat Studios.
So if you see some of those, I'm going to try not to use a lot of those images.
A lot of the stuff we got was from official releases, but I mean, sometimes you need a better shot because these people were there.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think we're done with our toy fair.
There is also, quickly, Micro Machines are returning. And
you know what? Call me when dinglings are back, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, there's Chris Jericho admiring his figures. All of them there. These look really good, just the posability and everything. I talked about the AEW figures, but there's a shot of it there. I think that's it. Can we go to some Transformer stuff?
Oh, we didn't even touch Transformers. I was excited to go to sleep.
So, the big thing that was coming up, War for Cybertron will be getting a trilogy on Netflix. They are starting out with War for Cybertron.
They said it's an anime, but I'm not. I'm calling BS on that.
It's CGI, so yeah. Some of the studio series stuff that we know is coming out is, I don't know, I'm not on the right thing there. Sorry. Gonna be doing some editing here. Little bit editing.
Good, because I've been holding back that yawn.
Okay. All right, so starting off, one of them, we are getting that Devastator. I've said we're doing Devastator Watch. But I need 2 more Leader class figures and 1 more Voyager class.
They officially said that at the end of this year, Devastator will be complete.
That's good, because I am needing this figure to be completed.
It will be complete. They already announced it.
Here we go. Here's some Earthrise. There's some more figures coming from Earthrise. Let's see. We're getting more Battle Masters. I don't really care about Battle Masters. This is Slitherfang. They're basically roads. They connect to roads to make ramps. They have a thing on their back. That's all. But we are getting a Snapdragon. I'm very happy about this guy. We're going more back to the Headmaster's technology. He transforms into his dragon form. There's his Headmaster, his jet form, and he has a robot form as well. What I don't like is they are re-releasing a lot of Siege War for Cybertron figures, basically with different paint jobs as Netflix exclusives. And I hate repaints. And they are doing so many of them. I'm not even going to talk about them. But
I think you already did.
kind of wish they had done this one in the first place.
That was part of my problem with
this. Look at this figure. And then there's her over in the cabinet over there, right? Second shelf.
Yeah, I see it.
Give me this at first.
This is part of my problem with Transformers. So not only do I not like the robot modes, and do I know nothing about Transformers, even though I got that entire episode of Nerds with Copyright. Point is...
Shut
up. Okay, well, this comes out after that episode releases anyway. Point is that they released the exact same thing, and I know they did that in the series as well, where a lot of them were the exact same model of Transformers, and they had different paints, but... I didn't care. They basically released the exact same Starscream mold 4 times in this Transformers Siege line, and
that's secret logic. Anyway, getting back to we're getting a Leader class Double Dealer, one of my favorite G1 Transformers. He transforms into this robot, and he also has this missile truck mode. Love it. Give me a Double Dealer. He even has a base station mode, something we didn't see with the older release of the figure, the Generation 1. More small scale kind of Headmaster. The other one is this Alicon. If you watch the original Transformers movie, these were like the guards that came up, Ba Weep Grana, Weep Nitty Bomb, and they ended up taking them in the Quintessons. And this looks spot on to that movie character scale. I don't like those screws right there that you can see, but hey. But then we get a Quintesson. The 4 faces that change. This was already sold out on the pre-orders on Hasbro. I didn't even get a chance to add this one. So
they went back up.
Did it go back up?
Yesterday. I thought I told you.
I gotta look. I think it was still sold out. Everybody wanted this figure. And he transforms into some sort of base. I don't really care about that. I want my Four Faces Quintesson. There's the Snapdragon in his bot form right there, by the way. More of the jam. We're getting Runamuck. He looks good. We can only they're gonna have to do his brother Runabout. Yes, they're Runamuck and Runabout. Don't laugh. Don't clown.
I wasn't gonna laugh. I watched the trailer, the trailer for the Netflix stuff. I wanted to point something out. So one of the biggest complaints ever since you showed me Jobby was all about the backpacks on Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
But when things are in robot mode, they don't have backpacks. If you watch that trailer, they specifically put it in there as if you transformed it like a toy. So they have these ginormous backpacks.
Yep.
And
they are renters from the figures.
And that bothers me so much.
They have this interesting thing. I don't know. It just said it's a spoiler inside. I will be getting this. I need to know what's in there. Unless somebody else gets it before me and I find out something lame, then I won't get it. But otherwise...
Who's going to get it?
By the way, go ahead.
No, it's something dealing with the Netflix series, so okay.
By the way, when you said Runamuck and Runabout is actually a mode of transportation for Starfleet. So they stole that.
I just want to know a little bit more about the third brother, the Runabout, because that's what Jason's giving me right now. All right, guys, I'm going home. That's it.
More Seekers. I know you don't like this, but there's more Seekers coming.
It's the same thing.
Hot Link. I've never heard of. This is an original figure.
Hot Link is what you
They
get
are
at the
making
cafe.
original figures for this Netflix series, and I'm okay with that. So, some smaller scale Spy Masters for Soundwave, which is cool. Looks like they'll be sort of gifts exclusive. I didn't get any other word on that.
Is that a lunchbox?
It's something. I don't know. But once again, we're getting into repaint territory here.
That's where you get the Hot Link inside the lunchbox.
But the other good stuff is we are getting
Rescue Bots?
more stuff from Studio Series. There's probably
GoBots?
Rescue Bots.
from Revenge of the Fallen, we're getting Top Spin.
Ooh.
They're making all three of those Wrecker brothers, which I find cool. These look really good. We're getting Soundwave.
God.
I don't need this.
Garbage.
I don't need
Looks
this.
nothing like Soundwave.
There is the other arm for Devastator that we need. That is Scrapper. So I need an arm. He's going to be a Voyager class. A recolor of Skipjack, who's one of the feet. If you want a recolor, I don't. There's Overlord. He's going to be the lower torso of Devastator. A Sentinel Prime that looks really good from Dark of the Moon. If you Leonard Nimoy as a Transformer, I'm going to get it.
I'm driving a truck, a big old truck.
Cliff
it's a pink
Jumper.
truck.
Cliff Jumper from the
Cloud
Bumblebee
Jumper.
movie. Stop saying that. It looks like he has some very hollow back legs. So I'm just going to say that right now. This does look really good. I love the designs from the Bumblebee movie. So, and you get to see a Cyber mode. The Blitzwing, who you saw the first Decepticon to make it to Earth. So you'll have that battle. This jet color bothers the hell out of me though. Why you got this weirdness here? I don't know. It's Blitzwing. I'll get it. So.
No, don't fall for it.
No, I'm
Don't give in.
Jason, I think it's time you just stopped collecting Transformers. Let's just
bite your tongue.
You need to get into something better. How about collecting?
Right now.
How about
collecting typewriters? Wouldn't that be fun?
Y'all are losing your damn minds.
I hear that they're going to put an apostrophe as one of the extra pieces.
I'm trying to find the.
That would be exciting.
$50 more, but man, it's going to make typing a
Ooh,
lot
I
easier.
can't wait to see what the Amazon exclusive is
All
going
right,
to be
so
for that.
there were some leaks of Transformers before we got into Toy Fair, and the big stuff we're getting in the Earthrise line. We're getting an RC. I hate this RC. This RC looks great. It looks great,
Parts forming.
but that is the back half of her car, and it's a hoverboard. You bastards!
Parts forming.
I know it's hard to replicate the form of this figure, and make it into a car, but damn, this is lazy. That is just lazy. They're just gonna take the whole back of the car off,
And it still has a giant backpack. It didn't even remove all of it.
see. Look at the comparison here. So there it is. That is half of a car that she is just riding on. So it is what it is. We're getting some figures for Scorponok. That's just one of his like helper robots. This thing is huge. To give a comparison, they had a display of that RC figure in this one's hand. like gripping it and holding it.
Oh, wow.
So this is going to be another huge one. Scorponok was a city bot. I don't have a lot of room, which is why I haven't gotten a lot of these big city bots. Shut up. Stop looking around. Stop calling me out. There's some of the deluxes around it in its city mode.
You got some room right here.
Got its headmaster. Turns into a big-ass city and an even bigger scorpion robot. This looks good, and people have been wanting a new Scorponok for quite some time. The one I do like, Skylinks.
That looks dumb.
That's an ostrich. That's not anything. That is not
the thing
a toy.
about Skylinks is he was always two robots.
It is
and
so clearly
in Titan's Return
the
or
vehicle
Combined
mode.
Wars, that was not. It was already combined. But
That is a straight up ostrich with a plain back half.
If you
like,
buy
it's
that-
not even hidden
quit
well.
calling my Transformers.
If you buy that ostrich,
I'm buying two versions.
I'm going to make you take it to a petting zoo and
So,
make kids pet it and watch them cry.
See, I can't
There's
get
Skylinks. That's
can't
half
get
of them.
behind
Here's the bottom
Transformers.
half of them, which.
See, that one looks cool, but I can't get behind a lot of Transformers that
But
are
the
like,
thing
hey,
is,
you know,
he becomes
here-
a base for the shuttle mode, and you can also do this combined mode for the shuttle. Shut up! I already hear y'all judging me on this one. And then a combined mode.
That is
If you're gonna judge me for all the other crap that we just talked about
that
today,
is
then you're gonna get a lot of judgment over here because I cannot get behind.
Either way, the Earthrise stuff looks good.
can't.
I'm hype for those.
They would have to pay me to have that ostrich
Oh
in my
my
home.
god, yo, so haters. Haters.
That's horrible.
What are we
Hey, let's go
moving
back
on
to talking about Ghostbusters. That's cool.
We already talked about Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
want to end on a
there's-
happy note.
There's the neutrino one, by the way, Bryce. So you can
Oh,
see
okay. That looks good.
that. And I told you, Ivan Reitman and what's his son?
I forget what their son's name was, but they did both get custom Ghostbusters with their heads in the Ghostbuster outfits
And
and, a
they looked
collectible
really
kit.
exciting
It looked
inside.
it was really cool.
The neutrino one is $100, and I will be getting that. Oh yeah, I got. Comes with its own stand and everything. It looks
Right.
cool. So anyway, what is the next thing we're moving on to?
I think that's it.
Did we get everything? No freaking. way.
There's other companies we could talk about, like
Yeah,
Playmates
this
and
would be
Super
hours
7, but I
long.
think we're done. I don't think there's anything else that we particularly were interested in
Go
that we
down
haven't
this real
talked
quick.
about already.
Yeah, we talked
wait,
about all the retro cloth stuff, and that was the most important thing to do. So
Like Playmates didn't really show anything new, Ben 10 wise.
Well, I did want to cover one more, and that's 1,000 Toys.
Oh, you know, there is one that I could bring up,
What's that one?
and that's gonna be Bandai America.
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me go through 1,000 Toys. So we are getting more of their synthetic human, which these things look creepy,
Yeah,
but they look good. They look good and creepy.
what
I think
movie
this
is
is
that
like
from?
an original
I don't think they are.
The one that I am excited about is this Rio from Ronin Warriors. I love this cartoon. Cora's a big fan of this too. We got to see the Rio. The armor looks good. The armor's nice and shiny. And knowing that 1,000 Toys, I'm in for this because they do good work. We did see.
I will say this, not jumping into another company, but accidentally jumping. Toys. I was gonna get the Halo figure, Master Chief. I am no longer gonna get Master
We'll
Chief.
get to that. We'll get to that.
I just saying.
So we got to see the prototype of Sage as well. So that means we're going to be getting possibly the full team of Ronin Warriors. Very happy about that. I love that series. Love that cartoon. XMEN, but I'm trying to get to the one that Master Chief. I still like.
It looks good, but I'm not getting it anymore.
I'm still getting it. But back to this armor looks good on him. Although he's got thick thighs. So. But
Thick.
we got a Fallout power armor.
Another thing for your
prototype.
wife.
My wife looks at my 1,000 Toy stuff, and I can tell she admires them. As a cheaper alternative to the 3.0 stuff, I could get that for her. And that looks good. That looks solid. I want to see the weathering and rust on this one.
No, skip out on the ostrich and get the 3.0.
I mean, this totally looks like a prototype.
There
You
we
still
go.
see like the lines there. You know.
You know, if you stopped collecting Transformers, you could get those 3.0 figures.
Shut your dirty whore mouth. Anyway, got a prototype of Abe. I don't like. I'm hoping that head sculpt looks a little bit better. Going
Well,
into
they
this.
already had a painted version, so I don't know why they only put the prototype in there.
Yeah, that looks partially done, but still need the Abe because Hellboy was just that good of a figure.
Cuphead.
Cuphead stuff and Canty from Fooly Cooly.
The Canty I want. But Cuphead, I'm going to pass.
They look good.
I already have the
that looks-
Funko ones. I don't really need it more
1,000 Toys is
articulated.
really coming with it.
That Canty I want.
and then back to. So that's all for 1,000 Toys.
Jumping into my that I had forgotten about. Jazzwares will officially be making Halo figures, which is why I'm no longer going to be getting the 1,000 Toys, because instead of spending a lot of money, $120 on a 1,000 Toys Master Chief, we can be getting Jazzwares $20 figures with different characters, and that I'll get. They're going to be 6-inch figures. They're going to scale in with my other stuff. They're going to be really nicely articulated, very nicely detailed.
Oh, look at that cybernetic arm.
Yeah, so that's it. I'm in for this line. Like, Jazzwares having Halo figures, I'm good. I'm going to do it. Other than that, I know they announced 4 figures. I know it's Master Chief and a couple other people, but I'm good. That's why.
Jazzwares, considering their work on
Jazzwares have been doing really well, so I'm all in.
Ooh.
Yeah, Warthog.
Ooh. I saw Bryce's eyebrow just go slightly up. Just like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good looking Warthog.
Yeah, I'm in for this line. When Jazzwares releases Halo, I'm all in, which is funny because I've only played 1 game. But it's okay.
They're cool on the weapons here for.
They're cool. I'm down. I'm gonna get them.
Oh, look at the
I don't remember their names.
Well, the grunts, the enemies in Halo. I can't think of all their names, but the elites here.
Yep.
Wow. Oh man, even
the
little ATVs they had in the game. Ooh boy.
And then of course they have the cosplay
and
stuff.
life-size helmets
and the
Those
plasma
light up.
swords
Those
and stuff
light
like
up.
that. And then of course, last but not least, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but Bandai already releasing their anime. They're gonna release their anime heroes, which is gonna be of course Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke, and then of course My Hero Academia, which is Midoriya, All Might, Bakugo, and then finally they're doing their Saint Seiya line as well. So Bandai and Jazzwares are really going into some stuff that I thought we were never going to get, but here we are.
All right, so.
And look, I made it so we don't have to end on
I think
Transformers.
we got it all.
I did it.
And
I got a price on that snow speeder.
how much?
120.
Does it mention the Slave 1? It's there, right there at the bottom. Is it the 3 3/4? Right, keep going down.
That is the vintage collection.
So it is.
That is 150.
3 3/4
Yeah, that's 3 3/4.
for 150.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we do have
Decline.
some more high res photos. Oh wow. Oh, there's a deck. There is a
That's
deck.
funny.
Oh, you cannon fodder. And they're doing a redo of the Leia from the Hoth one. Okay.
Yeah, they that's a part of the 40th anniversary stuff, and everything is going to be for Vintage Collection and Black Series because it's Emperor. It's time.
All right, I'm down for some more Black Series stuff. All right, I think we got most. We didn't even cover.
We didn't cover everything, but that's everything that we cared to cover.
Well, hopefully next year we'll be at Toy Fair.
We're tired from running down all your toy news. The
Toy
cardio
Fair
is taking its toll.
Toy Fair is going to... Oh, it's got color changing.
Yeah, it's color changing.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Toy Fair knocked it out of the park. Winners?
Hasbro.
I'm going to say Hasbro mainly because their presentation.
The amount of stuff they're putting out, the amount of things that they were able to do, the fact that we were able to live stream the event so we could actually still watch it from here, even though we weren't at Toy Fair, and the fact that they pulled it out last minute and said that, hey, you like those X-Men fans, all those old movies you liked? Here you go.
I think other companies should definitely follow their example and maybe throughout the weekend have live streams of companies showing off their stuff.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because their presentation was great.
They're
it wasn't very fancy, but it was good.
To have interviews and have them put up on and show you everything that's kind of going, but that was different. That was something that I was really happy of. Now, if we could just have Sony say, yes, go ahead and make our version of characters. Here's Morbius, here's Venom, then Hasbro will just win the year.
There are any toy companies out there looking for people to help present their product. I'm just saying,
Yeah, we're here.
Right here.
Hey, man.
We're Y-list celebrities.
You can still contact, the toys that made us. We could be on that show next.
So, yeah, get us. We will help present your products. I'm pretty sure you got Migo
tied
up, brother.
I will happily help present any retro cloth material possessions.
We got you.
Anything.
We're here.
For me, the winner was NECA with the hatchet and
NECA did a good job.
The John Nada, and of course, and Loomis. But the NECA always brings A game. I'm very happy to see their product with the Jaws.
I realize they're doing
as
Power
well.
Droid. Gronk.
Oh,
Vintage.
That's cool. And for me, I just cannot wait to have Star Trek figures from Mego, as well as some of their horror line, their monsters. It's a fun time to be a retro cloth collector.
It is.
There are so many, of course, with Hasbro, just leaps and bounds in action figure technology.
Yes.
So that's why I definitely want to give it to Hasbro as a winner, because people are going to follow suit for what they did.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyway, guys, okay, that is it. This is going to be a hell of an episode for me to edit. Thank you for relaxed, laid-back version of Alternate Heads. We'll be back. We'll probably just do a regular show next weekend or so.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see where we're at, because we kind of thrown
It's
off.
going to take you a week and a half to edit this one.
So many pictures have to go in this. So many pictures. Anyway, guys, if you want to find us online, you can find me online at JasonTheX on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me at The Near Plasma on Instagram, and you can follow our other shows like Nerds with Coffee, Monday and Friday, at Nerds with Coffee.
I am Bryce Culver on Instagram and Facebook, and you can also check out my toy page called Trapdoor Toys on Instagram. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys, as we always say, stop the spell the plastic. We'll see you later.
Live long and prosper.
I'm going to go home and sleep.